Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Irmawati Mappiasse. I'm from ICP of Science Education. In this video, I will bring back a video entitled A Day Life of Singaporean Teacher. So, Singapore is one of highest achieving school system in the world. Yet, teachers have relatively fewer instructional hours compared to teachers in the U.S. As a senior teacher at Kranji Secondary School in Singapore, Rosmilias, a typical work week involves only 12 to 14 hours of academic teaching. This video follows of day in the life of Rosmilia and provides intriguing insight into how teacher time is managed in Singapore. Singapore is known for its strong performance on international development assessment of learning and its high rates of educational attainment. The country commits significant resources to supporting high quality teaching through strong preparation, mentoring, extensive professional development, and a well-developed career ladder that supports senior and master teacher in each school. Teacher in Singapore spend a significant portion of their working time engaged in professional learning and collaboration. Rosmilia say she come in early as even which EML's assembly start at about 7:13. She want them to have that cute moment to just do some silent reflection. That 15 minutes of quiet reading that's important to start the day calm. And then they wait for the bell to sound for them to stand up to sing the national anthem. This is to help to the sense of belonging to the country. If she lucky, she have at least an hour or so after the assembly to prepare. That's when she slow down a bit and start thinking of what exactly going to happen for the day teaching schedule. Such Ramsay Secondary School, a typical neighborhood school, are organized over a 2 to week time frame. Rosmilia's schedule work week of about 36 to 37 hours and comprised of about 12 hours of academic teaching, about 5 hours of curricular or student assembly time, and 19 hours of professional planning and learning time. Ever since they started teaching this, this is the only subject that have been teaching. Geography. My first introduction to them is all of you are geographies. All of you are human beings, but I need you to turn on your geography lenses. That means you look at things in a different perspective now, looking at space, looking at relationship between people in the environment. On Kranji, most teachers have about 14 hours of academic teaching each week. Rosmelia, as senior teacher, teachers 12 hours a week to allow time for her other responsibilities. Teacher in Singapore. Uh, in Singapore, have time to plan rich content and highly engaging units of study both on their own and with their colleagues. What particular lesson we were looking at the different reasons for pattern of consumption in the world. To begin to particular unit, the first key question is to really understand why people consume differently in different parts of the world. The student generally likes to talk, so if you don't give them opportunity to talk, they will find other ways to get distracted. So once in a while during lessons, our break into asking them to just do power is the simple from collaborative word I call actually move on to a bit more of group work and getting them into 4 or 5, but that would a bit take a bit of time, in terms of movement. So since the activity was simple enough for them uh, to just discuss with a partner, and I thought it would be less movement and less time taken. The new humanity curriculum, what they are trying to infuse is a lot of thinking and a lot of application, and I told them that we are gonna have a debate on the case study of Mauritius, which is applying their knowledge is impact that they have already researched and saw it. Look us about a week or so to prepare for this entire debate. For class of 42 have a debate, it can be quite challenging. The holistic education is not just about assessment ID of the day. By being able to get students to be aware what's happening around the world and how it affects them directly or indirectly, and how they as a global citizen could actually contribute in the future. Every teacher has a significant preparation of the school week allocation for professional learning and planning. Professional learning and mentoring are considered integral to the role of the teacher in Singapore, and a cornerstone of school improvement. Virtually all beginning teacher receive intensive mentoring in their school beginning. There in Singapore, teacher in Singapore typically teach just two per three the number of classes of experienced teacher, so that they can work with their mentor and continue their learning. As part of the teaching and learning reforms in Singapore, many schools have launched professional learning communities and action research projects. Research shows that frequent teacher collaboration is associated with greater teacher confidence in their abilities to teach, manage classes, and engage a student. Professional collaboration is also associated with a greater teacher job certification and retention in the profession. So there, are days that we are really required to stay behind, and not for planning effort or making is really to look into into school school programs, mentoring programs, or school activities. Thank you.